haven't seen my belt.
Pictures these.
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up? And I'm Jacob.
And what are we doing right now?
We are wearing
Why are we dressed like this?
we're wearing Jedi robes, man.
Dude, I'm so sweaty right now.
Yeah.
We just did a photo shoot. Yeah, like a legit photo shoot, and I'm super sweaty.
I'm sure the beanie helps.
Well, dude, is it emo to wear a beanie? I don't know. I feel like.
Man, I was emo before it was like uncool.
Well, it was cool for a little while. No, it was never cool.
I mean,
No,
like I was
never
serious about it though.
All right, seriously, tell the people why we're dressed like this.
Because we're a week and a half away from Star Wars: The Last Jedi coming out.
The Last Jedi. And what do we hear?
And I got my outfit today.
He did.
Yeah, it was today.
And his outfit looks so cool.
Yeah.
Mine's got a lot of miles.
We made this 2003. 2003. I think we made this in 2003.
2003?
Yeah, because right before I left on my mission, we made a movie about 50 minutes long called Almost Jedi.
Yeah.
We're going to be taking the same idea, sort of, and turn it into a web series for you. And it's going to be called Almost Jedi.
Super stoked about it, by the way.
So,
let us know what you guys think.
So I keep, I'm talking to my students about the progress of my costume. Because, our good friend Matt and a guy who works with me, he's been making the costume, so it's at school, and he's,
it's epic.
He'll bring it in to measure it on me and stuff like that.
It is an epic costume, guys. Seriously, like, this has seen, years of Halloweens and showing up at parties dressed like an idiot, so it's kind of falling apart. But, Matt, buddy.
It's legit.
Good job, man.
That's good.
Seriously. All right, guys, so the real reason we came together today, I mean, obviously, it doesn't take much to convince us just to get together and play Star Wars and play with lightsabers. But I texted Jacob today and I said, look, should we do a Rey theory episode? Right?
And I said, yeah, we probably should.
Yeah, we probably should. Right? Because I have a lot of people asking me, I get asked, I don't know, at least once a week what my theories on Rey are, whether it's on Facebook or, just chatting with friends or whatever. So, and I've shied away from it a ton. I haven't been, I feel like the answer is pretty obvious as to who Rey's parentage is, and I'll explain that in a little bit. But I feel it's pretty obvious, and I want to be wrong I want it to be something else. I want it to be something that I don't expect. I saw a video of a little kid, and he was watching Empire Strikes Back for the first time.
Oh,
right?
yeah?
Have you seen that video?
No.
Anyway, so he's watching Empire Strikes Back for the first time. He's 6, 7, 8 years old. I don't know how old he is. Anyway, he's a little kid, and he's watching and does the whole Luke, I am your father part, right? And the kid just... He freaks out for the first time. Like, I want to remember that feeling. And that's what I want The Last Jedi to do for me. I want them to go, these are your parents. And then they go, what?
So I had a moment similar to that. Years ago, my wife and I, we were at Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
And in May, before Disney bought Lucasfilm, they do this thing every year called Star Wars Weekends. And so we were there. We're watching this parade that has the 501st doing their thing down the street. And there's a... Huh?
Was I there?
No, you weren't there for this one, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure. So you got like Anthony Daniels standing up in the back of a car. It's going by, and he's holding a little C-3PO doll. And he's going by. And then we see a pregnant Padme walk past. And my wife's like, who's that? And, not thinking what the ramifications were. It's like, oh, that's Padme. It's Padme. She, and so it came out that Luke and Leia, spoiler, brother and sister, and it's like, what? Watching a parade. Star Wars parade.
But I want that. I want that feeling. Now, I don't know. Okay, let's go off you first. You go, then I'll ask you questions, and I'll go and you ask me questions. Ready to go. Who do you think?
Same thing. I'm afraid of being disappointed, not because I'm not going to like the answer. Mm-hmm. I'm afraid that the answer isn't there yet, and that's what disappoints me.
So you think it'll come out in the next film?
No. I think the answer is going to be there.
Okay.
I'm just afraid that we've spent 2 years trying to figure out the answer, right? And yet, was the answer there to figure out? Are they going to pull something on us and it's like, meanwhile, have you met,
No, okay, no.
Have you met Reys' parents? Okay. And it's like, no, we haven't, because they weren't in the first movie. No, so that's what I'm afraid of. But I was talking to Matt about this today, and I call it the Scooby Doo Rule of mystery, whatever, right? The Scooby Doo Rule is, it's always possible to figure out the mystery before those meddlesome kids do, right?
Agatha Christie.
You've always met the person who done it before it gets to the end, right? You've always met the person.
Right. No, the typical formula is you meet 3 people, and it's one of the 3.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo.
Right? Scooby-Doo or any other crime show ever.
But I call it Scooby-Doo because that's fun. So, but here's the thing. It's like, we have the quote from Daisy Ridley. She's like, I'm surprised people haven't figured it out, which suggests, okay, the answer's there to figure out. Mm-hmm. Like you're saying, you're afraid it's the obvious answer. Mm-hmm. But I do want to say one thing.
Go.
I have been following our boy Ryan Johnson.
Rian Johnson. It's Ryan. I just want to spice it up a little bit.
It doesn't need to be spicy.
He's just cooler than me.
He's not a spicy guy. Doesn't need to be. He's just Ryan Johnson.
You've been following Ryan Johnson
on Twitter. Not like stalker, not like spooky, like, I know what you ate for breakfast.
Well,
and I've gone through your trash.
If he posts it, then everybody knows what he's had for breakfast.
Yeah, no, but he's not posting that. But I'm watching very carefully everyone's reaction and the tone of what they're saying, and then they go out and they're like, yeah, so we're gonna make 3 more Star Wars movies and this guy's in charge, and it's like, whoa. Of everyone in Hollywood, you tap this guy who's only done a couple movies, and you're like, the future of Star Wars, your hands. It's like, they have so much trust and respect in this guy, right?
Well, maybe.
Kind of like how DC is like, Christopher Nolan, you're the man, whatever you want, you get, right?
Yeah, but he earned his spot, right?
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Last Jedi yet, but clearly, and you pay attention to the news, it's been very hard to please Lucasfilm lately, right? Kathleen Kennedy ain't having none of it.
Right.
It's like you guys aren't gonna work. You're gonna go. You
been
haven't even
around for
started
a
yet.
while.
But she has. She has.
Like she knows what she's talking about, and her word is worth listening to.
Yeah.
But
we're up for anything that you need us to do for Lucasfilm.
we're willing to write or act or just like I've got boom skills.
Boom mic.
Boom mic.
Boom mic. We're not even holding the boom
I
right
know.
now.
You can't even.
It's being held up by 2 floor lamps. Anyway,
Don't
and
tell
it's pointed
people.
at me.
Now the movie magic is gone.
They can't see it. That's better. That's better. Anyway, this is what I think. I think the big surprise in Last Jedi is not going to be who Rey's parents are.
Okay.
I don't think that's supposed to be the big surprise.
Okay.
I think the big reveal is going to be the tone, and that there are no sacred cows. Meaning that I think there's going to be enough crazy stuff that happens that you would never expect in a Star Wars movie that it's supposed to make us think like, oh man, anything could happen. Right?
Right.
And it's going to be fresh, and it's going to be exciting, and people are going to walk out going like, oh, that's a different kind of Star Wars movie.
Right.
Calling it.
Called it. Okay. So, back to the topic at hand. Who do you think Rey's parents are?
I have no idea.
No idea?
But we have a good friend, Danny. Danny posted a video.
Yes.
Do you watch Danny's video?
No. Should I?
Well, I'll tell you. Anyway, this is not me. This is Danny's. He goes through and he explains a ton of evidence. And he basically comes down to that, there's really only one. It can only
come
be
to the obvious answer. Hold on, having not watched Danny's video, is the obvious answer that Rey and Kylo are brother and sister, and Han and Leia are her parents.
Yes.
And they don't know she's alive, and that's why they're not looking for her.
And he explains why.
Okay, but that feels like the very obvious answer.
But I don't think it has and this is one of the things that I respect about Rian Johnson already is it was like Vanity Fair, Vogue, or someone, they had interviewed him, and then they choose this like clickbaity headline, and they're like, won't even tell us who the Last Jedi is, and he has the most perfect response. Is like he responds on Twitter, and in 2 words he says, it's Luke. Now, because I pay attention, I'm special. No, but I mean, he had said it online months before that.
Okay.
It was never intended to be a secret who the Last Jedi is. He says,
I didn't think that it was a secret.
go look at the scroll, the
scroll?
the crawl at the beginning of Force Awakens.
Yeah.
It says Luke Skywalker, comma, the Last Jedi, comma, and goes on. He's like, the answer's there. It's always been there. There's no surprise.
Yeah.
So when a movie comes out called Last Jedi, and people are like, who's it gonna be? Is it Rey? It's like, no, it's Luke, and you already knew that.
Yeah.
Let's not make a big thing. So that is what leads me to believe that it's not so much about trying to surprise in a like, ooh, like I just pulled a fast one on you, but like it's the things that are going to happen are going to be surprising. It's going to be dark, not in a. I mean, Empire Strikes Back was darker, but I think this is going to be a different kind of dark, and it's just going to feel fresh and modern, and yet be consistent with the older films.
Okay. Well, okay. Here's my thought process.
Go ahead.
They have been so afraid to stray. Okay, and I know I'm the only jerk that says this, right? But
you're not the only jerk.
The
I didn't. Did I call you a jerk?
The last one was just kind of a rehashing of everything that happened in A New Hope. Right?
It's a new hope.
Right. So, and for that reason, I was slightly disappointed in the film because I just felt like, okay, I'd seen all of this before, and
I thought they could have done without blowing up another Death Star.
well,
3 was a bit much.
Well, And it's not even that. It's just, okay, death weapon, and then, I don't know, very easily entertained, I suppose. And I realized that
we loved it.
Yeah, I
loved it.
No, I'm not saying I disliked the movie. I was just slightly disappointed in the content, I suppose, in the way the story was told and what the story was. Now, I realize more than anybody that the new 3 movies were not great, right? Mostly due to dialogue. And
we're talking about the prequels.
Yeah, we're talking about the prequels.
1, 2, and 3.
And all that stuff. But at the same time, I feel like George really tried to give a more engrossing story, like a deeper story. And, with making it very political and, this guy rising to power and then losing his power. It was just...
So, I wrote a paper in college.
It was more of a...
Oh, I'm cutting you off, sorry.
You go from super weapon to...
I'm ready when you're done.
Greek tragedy. Go. You wrote a paper in college.
I wrote a paper in college. Yeah, very famously, George talks about... George, we're on a first-name basis. He doesn't know this.
He should.
Very, very clearly, Joseph Campbell, who wrote Hero with a Thousand Faces. They even take a picture of Luke Skywalker and print it on the cover now.
Right.
Hero with a Thousand Faces, basically the classic monomyth, episode 4 follows that.
Sure.
Right? So, my paper basically said, great, we know episodes 4, 5, and 6 follow the hero's journey.
Mm-hmm.
Episodes 1, 2, 3 is a Greek tragedy.
Right.
And it's the fall of Anakin Skywalker. He is, his tragic flaws, his pride, and
right.
And I think it's so clear that it I'm pretty sure George probably intended that.
Right. And I think that was the whole point. It just got lost in Jar Jar Binks and bad lines.
There were some painful dialogue.
And even at the time, I remember even watching it at the time and thinking that it was kind of painful dialogue. As much as I enjoyed the film at the time, I still liked it, but it felt hard to watch at some points.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So who do you think? What do you think?
Me, I think the obvious answer is that she and Kylo are siblings, born to Luke and to Han and Leia, and just because that seems that's the path that they need to follow to make everybody happy. You know what I mean?
I think what they need to do to make everybody happy is not pull a fast one. Right? She's not Anakin, reborn.
Which is another interesting theory.
The great granddaughter of Palpatine.
Right.
As long as it's not some crazy thing like that, fine.
Right.
I don't think she could be Obi-Wan's daughter. Maybe Obi-Wan's granddaughter could work, but not Obi-Wan's daughter. The timeline doesn't work, because basically it means around the time...
Yeah.
Around the time Luke shows up, probably even after the time Luke shows up, that there's...
I mean, if you're following the...
That Obi-Wan who spends all the time by himself is not by himself.
Of course, if you're following the way it's all been set up before, maybe somehow she's related to Snoke. I don't know.
Yeah. So...
a character we know nothing about.
Except that he could be a hologram.
Could be a hologram, and his face is messed up.
Yeah, awkward face.
So anyway, I don't know. What do you guys think? We really want to hear from you.
So our friend Danny Hallman, his theory, and he explains all this, and I'm not going to do it justice, but it basically comes down to, he would love her to be related to Obi-Wan. He would love her to be a Kenobi. But he's just the evidence doesn't support it, and he lists tons of evidence. I'm skipping over it. But basically, one, I don't know that Kylo Ren and Rey have to be twins.
Well, they don't necessarily have to be twins.
I don't know that they have to be twins. But basically, the theory that he posited, that we'll find out, that seems to be the only thing that kind of explains or justifies why, if Rey is alive, no one is looking for her, would be along the lines of
Because they think that she's dead.
Kylo Ren killed everybody, including her, except he didn't. And he was the one to drop her off, and that's why
That would make sense.
that's why he freaks out when he's searching
Uh-huh.
for her, is because he knows.
Now, is that his... Okay, one of the most interesting things, one of the best kept secrets in Hollywood back when The Empire Strikes Back was being filmed, was that nobody knew that Darth Vader was his father. Nobody knew. Okay, not the people on set.
3 people.
Yeah, there was George Lucas,
Mark Hamill,
and I don't know, maybe one other person.
I think the third person wasn't on set, but
Yeah.
it was James Earl Jones who recorded the sound.
Yeah, and he didn't even know until way later, right? But as they were shooting on set, they had him tell him that Obi-Wan was his father. So the entire crew thought that Obi-Wan Kenobi
That's impossible!
was his father, right? Which made his reaction like still not weird, but only Mark Hamill and George Lucas at the time knew. So maybe his tantrum there, I wonder if that was his or his what girl line,
Uh-huh.
right? Maybe that was his, where only he knows but nobody else knows. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Adam Driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you think do you think the parentage will be revealed in this next film?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we're going to find out the parentage. I think there will still be some sort of mystery
Mm-hmm.
that we won't know. But I do think we're going to find out who Rey's parents are.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's going to be disappointing. But I don't think it's going to be like...
Yeah. The mystery and the intrigue. But yeah, so
and
if
I don't think midichlorians were involved.
if they ever say the word midichlorians in any of these new movies, I don't know. I'll lose a large bet. They won't. Nobody's ever going to say the word midichlorians again.
Never again.
Ever.
Never.
No.
So, I'm excited for the movie.
I'm also excited for the movie. Look forward to lots more Star Wars content upcoming. I know this video got a little bit long, but like 20 minutes.
Okay.
We'll cut a lot of it out. But anyway, guys, let us know what you think. We want to hear from you. We want to hear what you think. We're really excited for this movie. Let us know if you're excited. And check us out on Facebook. And do we have a Twitter account?
Yeah.
Instagram, Twitter, whatever. You can get a hold of us. We want to hear from you.
All right. Yeah. Tell us what you think. Who do you think Rey's parents are?
Do you think she has parents? Do you think that she is the one reborn, conceived by midichlorians?
I think Luke hasn't brought balance to the Force yet.
No.
I think he's turning gray.
You think Luke is a gray Jedi now?
I think he's turning gray.
He's a little old. Gray Jedis. Boom.
All right.
Mic drop.
Okay. So, hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
See you guys later.